Welcome to Power Yoga Leg Day. We'll begin by standing at the top of our mat in mountain pose or Tadasana. Taking a deep energizing breath in through our nose, out through our nose or mouth as we draw our hands down at our heart center. 2 more times. Maybe you want to look up towards the sun and bring some of that light energy down to your heart. Exhaling. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it down to your heart center. Deep breath in here. Standing about hip width apart so that ankles align with knees, knees align with our hip joints. We'll root through our right foot. Take a slow little step or giant step back, gracefully landing the ball of your left foot down behind you into a high lunge. Back heel, your left heel is lifted in line with your left ankle, and the right knee, the front knee is right over our front ankle. Maybe adding your arms up towards the sky, although you can always do whatever arm and hand variation you prefer. Inhale. Rooting down through your front heel, your right heel, also keeping your right toes, your front toes spread gently wide and placed down for balance. Rooting through the edges of the right foot and energy out through the left heel, a soft bend at the left knee. As we exhale, drive through the front heel, step forward. We're going to bend our knees, squatting into a chair, so hips lower. Most of our weight is into the heels. We can see our toes gently passing the knees, and we're checking in with our neutral low back curve. When you're ready, inhale, glide the left leg back to your high lunge. Reach up, open the front of the body, and as you exhale, step forward into either mountain or your chair pose. So lots of weight into the heels. We're really focusing on loading the glutes. The heart is open, belly button is up and in towards the spine, so deep abdominals engaged. Staying on the same side, inhale, glide the left leg back, high lunge. Turning it into a flow. Exhale, step forward, land in chair. Inhale, glide the left leg back, high lunge. With your breath, exhale to chair. For 4. Take a powerful exhale through the nose or mouth. 2 more. Feel the energy flowing through your body on this last one. We're going to hover into your chair. Inhale, stand tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Reset the breath. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feel the vibration at your heart center in your chest, your heartbeat. Feel it expanding from your heart center, your chest center, all the way into the upper chest, across the collarbones into the high heart. Feel your breath. 1 more breath cycle here. Moving on to our second side. So we'll stay on one side, starting from mountain pose. Deep breath in. Rooting through the left heel, left toes down lightly, and the edges of the left foot will glide our right leg back now for our high lunge. So front knee is over the ankle. My back leg is now the right leg. There's energy through the right heel, but a softness at the right knee. Reaching up or any arm hand variations. Exhale, step forward and squat. Glute loading in your chair. Stay on one side. Inhale, glide the right leg back. Open up. Exhale, step forward. Squat if you want. Inhale, right leg back. Reach up. Exhale, squat to chair. With your breath for 4. Maybe a little pulse in the chair. 1, 2, then inhale. Exhale, 1, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 1, 2. Inhale. Last one. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hold a breath cycle, fierce pose. And bring it in. Tadasana. Hands to heart. Feel the heartbeat emanating from your chest, your heart center. Feel your breath and slow it down. Two more cycles of breath here. And coming back to the top of our mats. We're going to keep our right foot as our root. Inhale, glide the left leg back into your high lunge. As you exhale, driving through the right heel, step your left foot forward, possibly kickstanding the ball of the left foot down, or you can float the left flexed foot up. Maybe left knee comes into alignment with the left hip. We have a soft bend at the right knee. Our standing balancing knee will always stay softly bent. And we're leveling the hips. So do notice if the left hip is a little higher than the right, we're just going to draw it down. Be gentle with yourself here. Depending on what kind of surface you're standing on, you may have more or less balance. Do what you want with the arms. As you inhale, glide the left leg back, maybe floating it or whatever works for you. Find your high lunge. As you exhale, we're going to step forward, maybe driving the left knee up to about hip height. And inhale, float back. Exhale, step forward, left knee rises. One more. Exhale. Bringing the left knee up to about hip height if you want to. If you'd like, we're going to keep the right knee soft, possibly transitioning into a warrior 3, hands at heart or hands to hips. Belly button elevates to spine. Try to feel that the hips are even and level with each other. Flex through the left foot. Energy through the crown of the head. Adding any arm variations that you like, maybe arms back, arms to the side, or arms forward. When you're ready, big exhale, stand up tall, draw the left knee upward to about left hip height. Inhale, fly back to warrior 3. Move with your breath. This is a tricky one, so don't beat yourself up about it if you're really wiggly or fall or even need to modify. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, knee drive. One more if you can, stabilize from the core. Exhale. Left knee rises. If you want, stay here, lengthen the left leg. Flex through the left toes, through the sole of the left foot. Gentle glute squeeze on the right, quadricep tremble on the left. One more cycle of breath. Release that side. We're going to switch sides now. Rooting the left foot, gliding the right foot back into your high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward into a ball of the foot balance, or right knee comes to about hip height. Level the hips here. We're creating strength and stability within and around the hips by feeling that they're level. Forget about what it looks like. Just feel it out. Inhale. Warrior 3. Add the arm variation you like. Exhale, right knee drives to about right hip height. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, right knee rises. For 2 more, I believe, might be 1. Let's do 2 just to be careful. Especially if it's your non-dominant side. When in doubt, do an extra one on that side. Pausing here, right knee about right hip height, holding it, maybe extending the right leg long. Find your breath, focusing your eye gaze for balance-ish. One more cycle of breath. Release, sit down. Come into mountain. Possibly coming to face the side of your mat if you're on a traction surface like a mat. Slow the breath, slow the heartbeat. Two more cycles of breath. When you're ready, stepping to face the side of your mat or your traction surface so your feet don't slip, we're going to start to walk our feet out wide, keeping a little bend at the knees. My feet are parallel, my toes to the side of the mat. You can stay here in five-pointed star, very powerful pose, very energetic pose. Do whatever you want with the hands. If you want, practice some lateral lunges. Keep the left knee soft, bend more from the right knee. Sit back into your glutes, so that shift of the weight into the heels. Inhale, lengthen the legs, reach up if you want. Exhale, other way, so bend more from the left knee. Keep the heart open, keep looking forward. Move with your breath through your lateral lunges. Notice where you feel sensation in the body. Two more, one each side. All right, we're gonna lateral lunge over to the right. We're gonna hover, hold it. If you feel secure and balanced, you're gonna shift weight into your heels, maybe float your left toes for the sky. And place the sole of the left foot down. Inhale, rise up, lengthen the legs. Exhale, lateral lunge, hover, hold to the left. If you want, weight into the heels, flex the right toes for the sky. Sole of the right foot comes down. Inhale and get long. From here, high side stance, we're going to spin one heel in at a time, squatting, weight into our heels, loading our glutes, big plie squat. Feel your breath, energy through the fingertips. You can add some arms here if you want. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, gently drawing your elbows down toward your ribcage in cactus. Inhale, up, and exhale. Check your neutral low back curve. One more cycle of breath, one more arm flow. And breathe it out, lengthen, turn your toes to the side of the mat. Use your adductors, your inner thighs to slowly step your feet in. Back to mountain pose. Take a breath. When you feel ready, inhale, reach up. Exhale, if you can breathe pretty normally. The breath is not too increased. The heart rate is not too much faster than normal. Try out a halfway lift, long spine. So coming halfway down, lengthen through the crown of your head, out the tailbone, belly button draws to spine, and the heart feels open. If you feel okay here, releasing hands down to the mat. Let's step back to a plank pose. Knees can be down or tuck the toes, lift the knees, wrists under the shoulders. Full body strength in your plank, aligning head, neck, and spine so you're looking forward of your mat. For two more cycles of breath. We're going to set our left hand down in the middle of our mat so that left wrist is maybe under left shoulder or left wrist is slightly forward of the left shoulder, opening towards our right into a side plank, possibly with the left knee down, Maybe the legs, the knees lift, the feet are staggered, or the feet are stacked. Whatever feels good in your body, you can look down, forward, or upward. Keep rising out of your lower armpit, your lower side oblique. Take one more cycle of breath. Back to plank. Switching sides. Right hand sets you up to open into your side plank to the left. Notice the top hip. Don't let it open. Keep the left hip stacked on top of the right. 2 more cycles of breath. Come back to plank. Hold it for a moment. Left hand takes you to open into the right. Plank towards your right. Maybe stacking the feet. If the left knee is down or you feel good with the legs long and knees lifted, possibly hovering the right leg lengthened, flexing the right foot. Hold for 1 to 2 more breath cycles. 5-pointed star horizontally. Come back to plank and switch sides. Right hand down. Maybe right knee is down. When you feel ready, possibly floating the left leg. 5-pointed star horizontally. Release, come back to plank. Lower the knees. We're going to sit back onto our heels or in any seat that feels best. If you have a block or a prop, you can put that prop between your ankles and sit on it. If this feels too stretchy, just sit however you want. We're just trying to recover here. So that's the only goal, this pose, to recover. Reset your breath, become aware of your heartbeat radiating out of your chest throughout your whole body, your whole being. Feel all the sun energy, the solar energy that you're bringing into your body, circulating throughout your whole being. Your life force energy is contained in your breath. Come back to the breath. If you feel okay doing so here, we're going to tuck the toes. See if we can slowly find a malasana or a yogi squat. If this pose looks just horrible to you or feels horrible, then what you could do is go back to that plie squat from earlier. So it's different for everyone. For me, what this looks like is heels are about shoulder width apart. My toes are turned outward. My knees track kind of over my middle toes. Feel your breath. The upper back can round a little here. Also think of the heart being open. And if you want, you can draw your left hand down, reach up and overhead with the right arm, side bending towards your left. And switching sides, right hand comes down, left arm up and over. Come back to center. And we're going to make our way into our plank if that feels all right. Otherwise, set the knees down. As you exhale, we're stepping the right foot forward between our hands, front knee over the ankle. Left knee can stay down or tuck the left toes and float the left knee. Energy through the left leg, out the left heel. Hips are level, so we're drawing that right hip gently down and back as the left hip comes gently forward. So left hand can be in a fist or on some sort of prop for more height. Front knee is going to stay right over ankle, so we're working our right adductor, our right inner thigh, by keeping the front knee right over the ankle. If twists feel good in your body, you're going to lengthen through your spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, take a closed twist towards your right from the mid-abdominals up. Right hand can be on your hip, reach out diagonally, reach up to the sky, or I love wrapping my right arm behind my low back in a half bind. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, slowly unwinding. Coming back through the center. Maybe releasing the left knee down or keeping it lifted. Level the hips by drawing right hip back, left forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the right leg. Keep a bend at the knee. And if you want, exhale, forward folding into half splits. Two more breaths. Inhale, front knee over the ankle. Set the back knee down for a moment. Set your right hand to the instep of the right foot and then heel toe, walking the right foot out towards the right side. Not extremely wide, just wide enough set foot and knee to set your right hand down on the instep of the right foot so that wrists come under the shoulders. At this point, if you'd like to tuck your left toes and float your left knee, then you can. This is a lizard variation, an active lizard, or you can take this to warrior 4 by drawing hands to heart center or flying the arms back so that the right arm comes underneath the right thigh. Long spine. If you have an arm variation from here, some people practice half splits, or floating splits, which I'm not sure if I can do today. We'll see, we'll fall together. So hands come down, bend your elbows. You'll kind of set your torso down on the back of your left tricep, big hip opener. I kind of heel toe the right foot out to the right side and then lengthen the right leg so that the inner right thigh is resting on my right tricep and I have my left toes down. I don't think I can fly the left leg up today, which is okay. Try to leave the pose as gracefully as you can. And if you fall, that's fine. Try not to fall on your head. And coming back, slowly reversing the motions till you're in a high lunge. Step back to your plank. Inhale your plank. From here, exhale, step the left foot between your hands. Find your lunge. That might mean right knee comes down, right hand down on something. Front knee, the left knee, right over the left ankle. As hips feel level, inhale, lengthen the spine, letting your life force energy flow up and down the spine throughout the body of the being. Exhale, twist towards your left, add your left arm where you feel good. Now slow the breath down for 2 more cycles. Inhale, slowly unwind, come back to your lunge. Set the back knee down if you wish. Inhale, lengthen the left leg with a soft bend at the left knee. Hips feeling level as the left hip draws back and the right forward. As you lengthen the spine, if you choose, you can exhale. Forward fold, 2 more breaths. Inhale, rebend front knee over the ankle. Release the right knee down behind you for a moment. Setting the hands so that the left hand is at the instep of the left foot for an active lizard pose. We can tuck our back toes and float our back knee if we like. We can make this super active. Draw out of the core, lengthen the spine, hands to heart. Maybe flying the arms back behind you so that the left arm comes under the left thigh. And we're using that left inner thigh, the left adductor, to keep the front knee over the ankle. If you want, set the hands down. Elbows will bend to about 90 degrees with the arms. You can play with your floating splits on this side. Each side might feel different, so you can play with pointing the right toes up off the mat if you want. And when you fall, for me, it feels best to let the right foot fall first. Send your weight back behind you. So if you're still balancing, then slowly leave the pose. Find your lunge legs. Step back to plank. And let's exhale, lowering slowly down to our belly. Keep the heart open, the shoulders down the back, squeezing towards each other softly. And we slowly meet the ground. belly down. Stack one hand on top of the other, alligator pose. Take a breath here. Practicing 3 rounds of low cobra. Draw the hands beside the chest. Draw the shoulders down the back towards each other. Before you go anywhere, squeeze your legs together, tops of the feet root down into the ground. 1 to 2 pounds of weight in your hands. Think of most of the mobility you wanted coming out of the mid and upper spine. You want the low back to stay stable. So inhale, lift the heart, low cobra. Don't worry about how high it is. Focus on how it feels. Strength at the back of the body, heart opening at the front. Inhale to come up. Exhale to come down. For 3, whatever is 3 for you. And release. Possibly a locust. It's like a low cobra, but without hands. So arms fly back, palms down towards the ground. Inhale, lift the heart. Now maybe floating the legs. Don't worry about height. Think of length. Hover, holding for 2. As you exhale, release. If you'd like, you can go to Sphinx pose on the forearms, elbows under shoulders. From here, you can take it to half bow or full bow. For half bow, there's ants all over me. But they're not biting. They're the little black ants, the friendly ones that don't sting. So we're going to bring the left hand slightly, not forward, centered with our breastbone. Remember, nothing has to be perfect. So left elbow is going to stay under left shoulder. For a moment, those ants kind of threw me off. Now bring your right hand down into a push-up position. Bend from your right knee. If you can reach with your right hand, hug the right heel or hug the outer edge of the right foot or the right ankle. Think of lengthening without moving the left hand or the left arm. Act like you're gently encouraging the left arm towards your body, the heart to open, feel the mobility in the mid and upper spine. Now at the same time, can you send your right leg or your right foot into the right hand? And this is half bow. Release slowly. Stay in your Sphinx pose, so forearm set to number 11. Now we're going to bring, to switch sides, the right hand in line with our breastbone. Right elbow under right shoulder. We're going to bring our left hand into push-up position. Then from the left knee, see if we can reach the left hand back for maybe part of the foot or the left ankle. And then add your form. Release when you feel even. And slowly make your way to your belly. Now if half bow felt all right and you haven't already done the full bow, maybe it feels good to hug hands on either side of both ankles. Draw the knees in so they stay aligned with the hip, because this is safest and softest on your spine. Then inhale, lift the heart, send the legs or the feet into the hands. Feel the heart is open. Feel that release at the fronts of the shoulders. This probably isn't a pose you want to hold for too long, so please release when you're ready. Get back to alligator pose. Forehead in the hands. Slow down the breath. One to two more breath cycles. From here, we're going to push up. Exhale back into your downward facing dog, which we haven't been in yet today because the heart rate was a little high to drop the head below the waist for too long or too intensely. So enter into it slowly. The backs of the legs might be tight. So we're elevating the hips. We're keeping the knees bent a little or whole bunch. You can slowly alternate one heel down and then the other to release at the backs of the legs if you'd like. And the heels never have to touch the ground. So here, do allow your shoulder blades to elevate slightly towards the ears. That's natural. Don't fight it. At the same time though, can you soften your shoulders down your back away from your ears so that your neck stays long? Now, can you externally rotate your shoulders by sending your armpits softly towards each other? Can you allow your heart to open towards the ground? Can you release in and around your hips, softening at your low back? And then can you find stillness for maybe one breath cycle? Release to child's pose, maybe with knees open. Hips can be high. Hips can sit towards the heels. Ants. Forget about what it looks like. Focus on how you feel. From child's pose if you want. Exhale, crawl your hands over towards the right. Maybe left hand tops the right and hips shift over to the left. Level the shoulders. One more cycle of breath this side, getting really long through the sides of the body. Inhale to walk back to center. Exhale the other way over to the left. Right hand tops the left. Inhale back to center. Sit however you want. I really love sitting my hips back on my heels or on a prop between the ankles, so that's what I'm going to do, but that doesn't mean that that's what you need to do. You need to do whatever feels best in your body. Whatever feels beneficial is always the answer for anything. So from here, we're going to get a nice stretch in the upper body between the shoulders. So hugging right arm in, maybe into your left elbow crease. Maybe you like a wrapping hug so that you bend from your elbows, and we're drawing elbows gently down towards the breastbone. So at the same time that we're opening between the shoulder blades, we're trying to elongate the shoulders down the back just really softly and keep the heart open. If you want to eagle your arms, I'm going to tuck my right arm, my right tricep into my left elbow crease, kind of hold hands with myself. My elbows might be down or drawing upward depending on what is giving me the sensation that I'm looking for, and palms might kind of touch each other, maybe. Gaze can be down, forward, maybe up to the sky. One more cycle of breath. Slowly let it go. Cactus the arms, bring them down. Maybe lift the heart for a moment if that feels good. Open the throat. And then we'll take the other side. So left arm gets hugged in by the right. Maybe give yourself a hug. The left arm's on top now. Maybe eagle arms, left arm gets tucked into the right elbow crease for that. And maybe the palms touch. Adjust the elbows, add your gaze for about 3 rounds of breath, or whatever makes you feel even. One more. And slowly draw the elbows down into cactus. You can see if this next one feels good in your body. I'm going to make fists with my hands. See if I want to set my hands down back from my hips, a soft bend at the elbows. Draw the shoulders down the back. Open the heart. Keep looking forward. You can look upward or back if that feels good. Looking back's real intense in your neck, so be aware of that. If you feel great, lift the hips. This is kind of like a camel variation or a fish variation, somewhere between fish and camel. I just find it to be more gentle than camel. When you're done with it, lower the hips, tuck the chin to the chest. And slowly we'll round into one more child's pose, either on your front, drape the arms back beside the body, or if you feel ready to come down onto your back, then you can go ahead and do that, taking child's pose on your back by hugging under the thighs or over the shins. Child's pose on your back is great because it feels nice to rock from side to side. If you want, you can allow your knees to come open and your toes to touch. Now on your back for butterfly, a hip opener. Hands can be wherever. Draw the tailbone down. Some people like to hug the hands around the feet. It doesn't have to be that way. Maybe opening to some kind of happy baby. Adjust the hands where it feels good. Keep drawing the tailbone down. Flexing the feet to the sky. Take a deep breath. If you feel tight, stay here in stillness. If you feel really good in your happy baby, some people do enjoy rocking side to side. And release the feet. Take the arms wide, some windshield wipers of the legs. Exhale, legs go one way. Gaze across your opposite arm. Rotation from the mid-waist, the rib cage up. Inhale, knees to the sky. Exhale, the other direction. And one more. Each side. We'll pause as we bring legs to the left. Exhale, look over to the right. 3 deep cycles of breath in your reclined twist. When you're ready, come through center. Switch sides. Legs coming over to the right. Exhale, look left. 3 cycles of breath when you get settled. Inhale to center. Final rest. Maybe you want to lay down, recover. Maybe you want to keep energizing, depending on what else you're going to do today or at what point in your day you are. You can also take Savasana in a seated position if you'd like. You want to keep challenging yourself. You can take Savasana standing up in mountain pose. Palms open generally gathers more energy. Palms down is grounding, rooting energy. Palms open also feels nice at the fronts of the shoulders. Release breath control. Just take a few moments. There's another ant. And taking a few moments with your breath. And possibly before shifting back to an awake state, choosing some sort of mantra to guide you through your day. Just a few examples of mantra might be I am enough, I can, I will, or anything that seems to be beneficial for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for Power Yoga today. I hope that your day is just fabulous from this point on. You can come to your side. You can find a seat. You can stay in Savasana. When you do come out of this practice, I encourage you, please do subscribe to the channel. And I'm always taking requests, especially from subscribers. So if you could give this a like, a subscribe, a share. And the light in me honors the light in each of you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed my adventures with my little ant friend.